You ever wonder what like the kind of ads Donald Trump gets are while he's scrolling on like Truth Social?
That's a good question, actually.
You figure it's got to be the same kind of ads you get on PJ or like Real Raw News or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
It's a great way to like curry favor with him to buy an ad for Yellowstone on there or something. Like, how much is the ad buy? $100,000, and then you've earned permanent goodwill with the president.
It's sort of like an Ouroboros, actually, like him being advertised to through Truth Social, because it's like his app, and then there's ads on there that are making him crazier.
Yeah.
At a certain point, do you fear the gaze of the king? You don't want to show him like a burger and him be like, this burger looks not good.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that would be my number one concern.
Exactly.
I would be a coward in the face of him. Well, did you guys see he posted an AI-generated picture of him as Jesus Christ, like, reviving somebody?
Oh, yeah, the conservatives were very mad about
big uproar about this.
But this is the sort of stuff they're posting on Facebook every single day.
Yeah, and Trump did, he was asked about this by a reporter. He deleted it, and he said, I did post it, and I thought it was me as a doctor.
That's a good save for someone who's not, not one for good saves. That's a pretty good save. I thought it was me as a doctor.
I thought it was me as a doctor. He honestly, he looks like so regretful in the interview too. Like shit, like
because he knows what parts of his base he has to keep.
Yeah, the televangelists are like the easiest voting block if you're a Republican, right? Like if you do almost nothing, you keep them because they're full of shit.
And
but the one thing they don't like is pictures of Jesus. They're like Muhammad.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys saw, but one of the Iranian embassies of I don't know what country. All the Iranian embassies have been putting
Tajikistan,
up awesome,
I saw it.
Tajikistan, yeah. It's they AI generated a video. They took the picture of Trump as Jesus, and they made Jesus Christ come out from behind him, and then punch him in the face, and blood flies out his mouth, and he falls into the fiery depths of hell.
Foreign policy rules.
Iran has been dropping like so many AI videos, and many of them are like rap, like. Maybe I can find one real quick.
Using an AI Eminem to diss the president.
It is. It's not like it's like. Oh my god! I don't even know how to describe it.
Hey, orange pig, America first. Oops. Oh boy, that was the slogan you stole. But
it's like Macklemore.
That's awesome.
That's crazy. And why is it like they're Legos?
They're all in every video. They're Legos.
Yeah, they really like Legos.
They know what Americans like.
It's the Epstein regime. Comedian Jod Slay has a great bit about it. Even in
what AI makes these?
I don't know. The one that Iran has. I don't know.
It's called like Iran AI.
Right.
Jod Slay has a great bit about the pervasiveness of American culture in even its like cultural enemies, where whenever there's a video of people saying "death to America," in the back of their head they're like, "But not 50 Cent."
Right. Well, and that's
Kanye gets a pass or something. Like just whatever amount of the culture makes it over there.
Every press release now of Iran is like, it's footnoted by like, by the way, we're only talking about the government when we say "death to America." We love the American people.
Yeah, it's smart, and you know what? More power to them, because it caused a lot of problems for them over the past few months.
I would say
longer
too.
Than
that, even long. Yeah.
So if they did hate us, couldn't even fault them.
And I really don't think AI, is good. I really am an opponent of AI.
But that was funny.
They're doing good stuff making Iranian Macklemore over in Tehran right now.
Yeah, it's a great way to challenge the idea that AI is only for bad. It's like, well, now what?
It's an interesting view of American culture through another culture's eyes.
Right.
Because we have Lego parodies.
It's very odd that the whole thing is, and there's like, I've seen 3 unique songs all about, and they're all talking about the Epstein stuff, but they're all Legos. Every one of
They're
them.
Legos. They're singing in the cadence of Shmo Yo-Ho. 2012 is alive and well in Tehran.
That's what the AI has been watching. It's just been constant streams. It's watching Fred.
Some fucking idiot's gonna see Iranian Fred and be like, "Oh, I didn't know they were like this." Like, we gotta stop this war.
Fred.
Iranian Fred.
Iranian
epic
Fred
mealtime.
rocks.
But they don't like bacon.
No, they do not like bacon. Welcome back to Boomer Death Squad, the #1 book club on the left. I am your host, Jopra.
Oh, wow.
It's easy for me.
God damn, dude. I mean, I'm Oprah's friend, Danny.
Owned.
And I'm Oprah's Minge.
We have a wonderful show for you folks this week, where Danny almost read a book, and me and Matt didn't.
I skimmed it.
He skimmed it, and now we're going to talk about it. There was a great picture on the back that makes this all worth it that you can't see because this is an audio medium.
Well, first, we're gonna talk a little bit about everything that we missed in the last year. Just a little bit of BDS analysis for you people.
We're going to do We Didn't Start the Fire.
Yes.
So, Danny, you wanted to talk about the last year of human history. You wanted to talk about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't podcasting when our colleague was assassinated for doing podcasts, and it really scared me when it happened.
I always forget that he was a podcaster. He always feels like more of just like a general agitator. I forgot that he was one of our...
He was like a coworker, really.
I can't believe he found time to podcast while touring the country harassing college students.
Do you remember that guy who was recording him and recorded him getting shot, then jumped over the fence and started like throwing the MAGA hats?
Yeah, stealing a bunch of merch.
Yeah. Covered in Charlie's blood.
Yeah.
That guy rules. That's a real libertarian.
Where did that merch go?
I don't know. I mean, if you were there and that guy tossed you one of those hats, I'm just running with it.
Yeah, that's a multi-million-dollar hat.
I'm sprinting away. That's my hat now.
That's generational wealth from some televangelist moron. Joel Osteen is going to give you $1 million.
There's a drop of the true blood on this hat.
Exactly.
We can use this to revive Charlie.
Sources tell me he's stable.
Men in trench coats approaching a mad scientist in like 30 years and presenting him the hat in like a Halliburton briefcase.
They have like a snarling Rottweiler with them.
Yeah.
Like, the leash is a chain and it's got spikes on its collar, and they're like, "We want you to take the DNA out of this dog and make a man with it." And
they're like, the dog is Charlie Kirk.
It's Charlie.
I won't kill Hitler. I love him.
Kill Charlie. I
love Charlie.
It's Tyler Robinson, and he's like, "I won't do it."
I feel like Hank would have been the one to fall to the Charlie videos, and Dean would have been like, actually, Hank, you can't.
No, Hank would be the kid that jumped up and started recording like, "I'm on TikTok. Oh my God, Charlie Kirk just got shot."
What were you doing when you saw the news?
I think I had just gotten back from work, and my sister was on the phone. And she said, "Charlie Kirk just got shot." And I was like, "Whoa, is he alive?" And she said, "I don't know." Yeah. And then I saw the video, and I did not watch the close up. I stayed away from it. I managed to not see it.
See, I saw the far away video, and then I was
the far away one.
I was like, where'd he get shot? And then I saw the close up. I was like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, that's over.
Yeah, I was like, there's no.
I saw the video of him getting shot and spraying like a half gallon of blood on all those precious hats. And then I saw the Tim Pool tweet immediately that was like, "Sources tell me Charlie Kirk is all right."
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
I was like, no, he's not.
No, he's not, brother. Yeah, and that was a pretty crazy afternoon and following 2 months, I'd say. Maybe not even that long.
It was awesome that for like a month and a half they thought they were going to make him like a martyr for their cause.
Yeah.
And then that song came out and it was so over immediately.
Speaking of AI music, yeah, and immediately, like, everybody started putting Charlie Kirk's face on just, like, every meme, and now, like, you'll just see Charlie Kirk all the time, like, as Iron Man or as the Joker or whatever, like...
If you look closely at that Trump AI picture, the guy he's healing is like a combination of Jeffrey Epstein and Charlie Kirk. Because those are the most generated faces by these AI.
That's who they're going to try and make the president. Is the combination Jeffrey Kirk clone.
We've returned to discussing the Mahdi.
Oh, I shudder to think what they were doing at that Zorro Ranch with Kirk DNA and Epstein DNA.
Just like tubes and tubes of malformed Kirk.
And then Brylan Hollyhan DNA.
Oh my god.
They got him young. It's disturbing, man. You know what? Another thing that Trump did outside of the White House recently was he ordered McDonald's from DoorDash, and then he took a brief press conference with the woman who brought him the DoorDash.
Yeah, I didn't realize at first that was a DoorDash order he placed, and that the driver was invited in for a press conference. I thought it was like a prior planned thing where they had like a DoorDash driver come to the White House.
That's probably what happened.
But
I don't know if they would let him.
That's the second time now I've heard.
Wait, really?
He placed a DoorDash order in the driver
on his phone.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's completely fake. That lady testified before Congress for the no tax on tips thing, like
yeah. Well,
20 days ago or something.
Trump asks her, "Do you think that men should play in women's sports?" And she says, "I really don't have an opinion on that." And he goes, "You don't? I bet you do." And she says, "No, I'm here about," and Trump says, "Pizza." And she says, "No tax on tips."
No tax on tips. Pizza.
I'm here about pizza.
I presume you brought pizza for me from McDonald's?
I was told there would be pizza.
I love our beautiful president.
Why did they need DoorDash drivers to testify before Congress about no tax on tips?
I don't know.
Are they arguing about no tax on tips? Is it contentious?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it, honestly.
We're like 2 years in. That was one of the main things.
Yeah.
Trump was like, we're not going to tax the tips. Tip workers, no more taxes on your tips. It's 2 years in. There's still taxes on tips.
That's a good point. Do nothing Republicans.
Yeah, do nothing Republicans. He couldn't get it done.
Taco. Trump's tacoing again.
Did you see the video of J.D. Vance at some kind of college and people keep yelling out, like, baby murderer, genocider? And he was like, "I hear they don't like our Middle East policies. We understand."
Jesus.
It's so awesome,
Christ.
dude. Everyone is Joe Biden and Kamala. The same exact things are happening.
I just can't fucking believe, like, our first millennial, vice president, and, like, he's making, like, quirky quips about we murdered over 160 children.
He got so owned, dude. It's awesome how much shit they make him eat all the time. Sending him to negotiate with Iran.
Yeah. And then it failing.
Because they gave him he didn't have the rights to agree to a deal. He couldn't negotiate. He just had to keep calling Trump in the story.
And that's very interesting, because did you guys see on at a recent rally Vance was doing? I think in Hungary, actually, he calls Trump twice and it just goes to voicemail.
Both times.
Both times.
For Orban, yeah.
It's like,
that's the first time I was like, ooh, this might not be working out for Orban. Youch.
Yeah. Yup.
Hungarian elections, boys.
They kicked out the globalist Orban, and they're installing the globalist Magyar, I believe his name is. I'm just kidding. Orban's not a globalist.
I think his name is Magyar.
Yeah, Peter Magyar, that's his name.
Yeah, it's big En March vibes.
Yeah.
Where he captured all the energy of the opposition, but he's essentially not that different from him.
He's a right winger.
Yeah. It's like if it would be like if Marco Rubio
there you go, dude.
defeated Trump in the primary last year.
Exactly, man.
It's It's going very interesting, though. Orban didn't let him appear on, like, state television for the length of the election.
So they voted for a mystery man?
Yeah, so he just went on the state news thing for the first time, and he was like, hello, I'll be shutting you down.
I actually read an article in The Economist the other day about Hungary, or like Orban's like stranglehold on like the media and like his propaganda stuff in Hungary, and it made this metaphor about a Rubik's Cube, because apparently, did you know Rubik's Cubes are Hungarian? I didn't. They're
didn't,
like,
but Rubik, I guess, sounds
yeah, right,
vaguely...
right. It makes sense. They're like, Orban is like the dastardly Rubik's Cube, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
They've been
Hungarian
waiting.
guy named Rubik Cube.
And then there's a like a Hungarian like interest group in America that's like referring to Hungarians as Rubik's Cube is actually rooted in hate and should not be tolerated.
What else? Orban gave, like, percentages in, like, the state oil company and the state electric company to, like, this conservative think tank that pays...
is that the one that Rod Dreyer's about?
Yeah, Dreyer,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, jeez.
That pays Rod Dreyer $100,000 a year, and he said he's going to be taking that money back.
It's still called like the Eagle of Hungary or something.
Yeah, of
Institute or
course.
something like that.
I was wondering about him not too long ago. I was explaining to Natalie his whole saga of like
Yeah.
writing that op-ed about like that kid's penis at his school,
The
and then
root
getting
wiener.
divorced and going away to the monastery.
Moving to Eastern Europe to speak intellectually with young boys.
I have to
Europe.
imagine...
Spooky fascist Europe.
Yeah.
I have to imagine that he's writing an op-ed for the New York Times to bomb Hungary right now. Wants America to take Budapest because his free money spigot is being turned off by a slightly different kind of Republican.
If they told Trump that there's a statue of Bill Clinton in Kosovo, I'm sure he'd do it if he was promised a statue. He's like, I need a taller statue in a more notable city.
Magyar also met with the president of Hungary for the first time, and they have a picture of them together.
Oh,
And
yeah.
He's like, this guy is an evil
Yeah.
scumbag and must resign.
I saw that.
So I do like the way he's rolling in, if nothing else.
Yeah, he's like a wrecking ball.
Exactly. It's fun to come and, you know.
They were singing like Bella Ciao in the streets of Budapest and draping themselves in EU flags and stuff.
They were singing "Kill the Boer" in the streets of Budapest. Everyone was really confused. They're like, how'd they even find out about that?
Trump says he ended 8 wars. No one's ever ended one war. Who's ended one? Nobody. I ended 8.
Oh.
Can't wait to
thank you,
hear
Mr.
about all the
President.
cool secret wars.
Well, I think he probably started around that many wars and also declared that they were over a couple weeks later, so
Oh, yeah. I guess if you just... Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you're right.
you know, he's just not saying that he started them.
I started
but he
and
did-
ended a Venezuelan war in
Yeah.
35
He
minutes.
found a loophole because he's a businessman. That you need to run this country like a business. That's why I voted for him 4 times.
It's awesome that he's still doing the peace thing.
Yeah, it's not. By the way, this is something else that started happening while we were not recording the podcast. You would presume that it's the Board of Peace. It is not. It is Board of Peace. It's like, can we get a little paging Dr. Freud?
Gentlemen, you can't fight here. This is the war room.
Very, very good stuff. Our beautiful world. It keeps on spinning. It keeps on turning. We learned recently that it's definitely round when they sent those astronauts around the moon, which was dope.
Is that why they had to do it?
I think so. They weren't certain.
I-
It was a Maha initiative.
It's Republican policy making.
Yeah, they had to make sure.
to make the world at least somewhat like the world we live in that they believe in.
I did see a cool video of one of the astronauts after he came home, like in his, not, the astronaut suit, obviously, but, like the blue jumpsuit, just like addressing his neighborhood, like from his driveway, just like giving a speech. And
Well, that's
everyone-
like a Simpsons
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
What the
no,
fuck?
it literally it looked cool as hell. I was like, fuck yeah. It's got to be crazy to be that guy. You come back from space and everyone pulls up to your driveway.
Hey,
See what you have to say?
did you see that apparently it smelled really bad in the capsule?
I believe that.
Yeah.
What were they farting in there? Why? What was
I
the
don't
problem?
know. I couldn't tell you. All I know is I read that it smelled foul. And I thought I'd tell you guys,
The
you
whole
know,
time.
just in case you weren't aware. I don't know. Maybe can you smell in space? I don't know.
Yeah, my first dumbass thought was, I was like, well, they have the helmets on. How can they even smell anyway? But it did occur to me they do not wear the helmets inside the capsule.
Imagine hotboxing the ISS, bro.
Ooh.
Oh my God, you'd be so high. You'd be so high.
Did they go to the ISS?
I have no fucking
I think
idea
they
what they
just
did.
circled
No,
it
they
and
just
came
shot
back,
it over.
right?
Yeah. I'd be hotboxing that thing the whole time.
That's kind of lame. Like, you go all the way out there and you don't even get to go to the ISS.
Most people don't get to go to the moon. I guess this is the first time we're doing moon stuff. Imagine going
Yeah,
up there and only going to the
apparently
ISS.
they're gonna land on the moon next time they do this.
Yeah, they want to do that. Yeah.
Are they're just doing it just for fun?
I have no fucking idea why we're doing it.
Because I
Because we didn't do it the first time.
Okay.
They'd like to get around to it.
Okay. Trump wants to raise the defense budget to 1.5 trillion.
Yeah, it's at like 1 trillion.
It's at
now,
1
right?
trillion. He suggested raising it $500 billion. And he suggested we do this by cutting mostly Medicare and Medicaid, and just general welfare, privatizing the national parks, things of this nature, which are speeding through Congress because our dutiful Dems are doing their jobs.
The Medicare and Medicaid stuff is so funny for Republicans because it's all they've wanted to do for like 50 years. But they only get elected by old people who might actually realize there's a problem if they do that. So it's just this third electric rail of politics that they keep running towards like a dog chasing a car.
And Trump has proved himself exceedingly willing to put both hands on an electric fence. With gusto.
Well, it's just like I don't think he cares. Like, maybe he'll run for another term illegally. There is a good chance he'll
I could
do
see that
but
happening.
if he doesn't, then whatever, right?
I think the fact is, remember, like, a few months ago, he kept talking about, he just kept being like, I'm not going to get into heaven. You know, a lot of people, they wonder, am I going to get in there? I don't think so.
That was
Probably not.
scary. He was like, I don't think I'm heaven bound.
That's awesome.
He's thinking about death. He knows that he's mortal. He knows he's going to die. And I think, he doesn't give a fuck. He knows he's going to die. You know? It truly nothing matters to him.
It does feel like he's trying to take us all down with him.
Yes, it
Certainly.
really does.
Every new day, it feels more and more like they're just trying to take us down.
I gotta say,
alongside him.
I was really, really frightened on that day where I thought that he was gonna. I honestly didn't think that he was gonna drop nukes, but I was like, we really might blow up a bunch of like power stations and bridges in Iran, and that would be just so catastrophic. And I don't know, man. It was. The first Trump administration was not like this.
No.
It did not feel like this.
Not at all. And I mean, but honestly, it's like not that, you know, the ghouls that he surrounded himself with the first time were any better, but now it's just like the ghouls are all like alienated and it's just rabid dogs. It's rabid dogs who are ready to act.
Right.
Like everyone in his first administration, they wanted a war with Iran, but it's like they weren't dumb enough to actually start one.
Right.
And now it's just like no one's at the reins.
And it's just. And the fact that Hegseth is at the reins.
Yeah,
It's
that's the problem.
This guy is straight up stupid as fuck.
Well, it was a gift to his
He's a
re-election
maniac.
campaign that COVID happened ultimately and gave a reason for
true.
him to be out of office and
That's
a
true.
way to prevent him from doing foreign politics for,
That's true.
you know, the last year and a half. So he was able to run as a peace candidate, being backed by the full John McCain machine.
Right.
It was a gift. This guy never believed in peace. He circumstantially was able to have it for a couple months.
Yeah.
And the Ukraine war really kicks off under Biden, and he's got an excuse.
Right.
He has a way to run as the peace guy.
Right.
And then, you know, immediately declare 9 wars.
Right. And of course, just like carve up Gaza like a Christmas ham.
Jesus Christ.
It is disturbing what they decided to do in Gaza. The genocide never really stopped, and they expanded it to Lebanon. But let's stop talking about all this
I was
stuff.
going to say, comedy podcast. We're doing great here. We haven't made a joke in 15 minutes.
Well, so Matt, you mentioned the people around Trump in the first administration, and now in this one, and the differences in basically, they've got a high
Turnover.
they've got a high turnover rate in the second administration.
And in the first. But
Yeah, in the first, but there's not really anybody other than like Susie Wiles that really stayed over into the second one.
She's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
What a total cultural victory for Susie Wiles.
Yeah. Well, it's also another guy who apparently was sort of a shadow apparatchik for Trump in his, not only in his 2016 but also his 2020 runs. He stuck on even for the 2024 run, but in like a shadow advisor capacity that like only like a few people in the cabinet knew about. This guy Dick Morris.
Are we sure he isn't lying?
We're gonna brother, I got his Wikipedia up.
that is smart because you don't want to be attached to it if the ship does sink.
Yes.
It's impressive to get invited back all 3 times. You get voted off the island pretty frequently there.
Yeah, right?
He must have never recommended a serious decision one way or the other. Just nothing could be tied to him.
Yes, yeah. But he is.
He was running the I Like Blueberries initiative for the Republican Party.
Yeah. He's fully under the impression, though, that he was like crafting
Of
the
course,
Trump message.
he's Machiavelli.
Yes. I had never fucking heard of this guy.
Because Machiavelli was an author. You get the idea.
Dick Morris. He is 77 years old. He is He's an author. He's got a shit ton of books. You'll notice on the cover of this one, he is a New York Times #1 best-selling author.
I thought it said the rectum when you held it up at first.
That would be a better name.
What?
Is this one of those things where he's like fully captured the legislature of South Dakota and makes them put it in all the schools to get on the bestseller list?
Oh, probably. Oh, very probably. That would make a lot of sense. Cause
Books are so cool.
As
soon as you learn how the publishing industry works, it's like, this is also evil.
All right,
like
let's-
TV.
Let me really quick. So, I found this book at a thrift store the other day called The Return by Dick Morris. And it's just, I picked it up, and the back cover of it just features this grinning just gnome. He's like half the size of Trump. His titties and his nipples are protruding incredibly in his shirt.
Very disrespectful.
The Shire voted red in 2024, folks. Trump flipped the Shire.
He is a really... You can just see Trump calling him his little friend or his little guy.
Yeah, right.
He's so cute. I love having him around.
And the back cover is this, it's a quote by Trump. It reads, "Dick Morris and I conferred regularly throughout the 2016 and 2020 campaigns. He helped me hone my message and aim it at the right audience. His father was my attorney, and he is my counselor, and I am grateful to them both." You can just... It's just such a, like,
Yeah.
It's like how you got somebody else to write the Epstein note.
That's why this is my thesis, that this guy got iced out after 2020. He does not mention 2024, and he's like, I'm a secret shadow advisor at that point.
Well, that's the problem, because this is actually an outdated book. This was published in 2022 by Humanix Books. Now, I wanted
Humanix?
to Humanix Books, which it has right here in the inside copy of the book, humanixbooks.com, which I tried to head over to see, what are they publishing over there? Turns out the website just would not load.
Right.
It just got stuck there. Nothing much I could do.
You're on some kind of list for trying to check.
Yeah, Danny's doing the chair company.
Yeah. I was able, though, to find their LinkedIn page, which has a description of them. Humanix Books, a subsidiary of Newsmax Media, specializes in nonfiction books for independent thinkers from acclaimed experts in the areas of current events, health, finance, self-help, biography, faith, history, and other topics, and seek to inform and transform the human condition. Humanix has published numerous best-time-selling authors and works from acclaimed authors, including Dr. Chauncey Crandall, David Horowitz, Ben Stein, and Dick Morris.
This is the... You guys, have you seen the geese controversy online?
Yes,
Yeah, they're doing the geese thing for books.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
At first, I was gonna say, what sort of evil organization is this?
It's Newsmax.
A shell corp for, but it's just Newsmax.
Yeah. And I also did find a website that included, it just had some of the things that they've published. I just want to run through what some of these books are called. 2 Weeks to a Younger Brain, Breathing Cure.
Breathing cure.
Pretty good.
Those ones don't have authors.
Who needs them?
Am I Crazy? By Chad Prather. Heal Your Leaky Gut and Diet Meal Plan, the Natural Detox Program to Improve Digestive Health by David Bronstein.
Okay, that one I've heard of. I've heard of Heal Your Leaky Gut.
So it's all like Maha stuff, right? These are like supplements.
Yes, definitely. Woke Jesus by Lucas Miles, Saving America from a False Messiah.
Pretty good.
And Ayurveda, Solution to Type 2 Diabetes. These are the kind of things that Humanics publishes, along with The Return by Dick Morris.
These are like in Austin Powers where they have the book tie-in to the Swedish penis pump. It's like they're all trying to sell you a different product, and this is just the literature that goes along with it.
Right. Yeah, so we are doing, we're doing a motherfucking book club episode this week, folks.
Which Danny kind of read and we didn't.
Yeah, I sort of read this.
It's like any book club. I didn't read the book.
I still haven't learned how after all these years.
All I did was send the back cover of this book to them because I really wanted to show them the gnome man with the large breasts.
I loved the little hobbit on the back of the book. It made me so happy to see.
When you told me we were doing a book episode, and I had no idea what you were talking about until you showed me the picture again. I was like, oh, all right, this guy.
So I do just want to read some hits from this guy's Wikipedia. Let's just learn a little bit about him. He worked for the Clinton administration for a few years until he had to resign in disgrace because of classic Wikipedia entry, sexual assault or prostitution stuff, very Clintonian scandal.
Well, which was it? Was it sexual assault or prostitution?
Let's see. You're right.
One
you're
is
right.
worse than the other.
Getting kicked out of the Clinton administration for prostitution sucks.
I know.
I'd become a Republican too.
Right?
Right.
I'd be like, you fucking
hypocrite. I think it
Some for
was
thee and none
prostitution.
for me.
It was prostitution. It was not sexual assault. Yeah, exactly.
Free my boy Dick. Free his dick.
Exactly. And so, yeah, he had to leave. He's got a section also on his Wikipedia called Personal Life and Tax Problems.
Let's get into that.
It's one paragraph. He failed to pay a variety of state and federal taxes beginning in 1996.
He's a classical Republican. I feel like 96 was probably when his conversion happened, out of the Clinton admin into, tax troubles.
Yeah. He wrote the screenplay for the documentary film Fahrenheit 9/11, which was a response to Michael Moore's Fahrenheit 9/11. I imagine with a conservative bent.
Probably been seen by even less people.
Yeah.
Those were actually Iraqis dancing on the building. That's why they deserved it.
And since then, he basically would do commentary on Fox News pretty frequently, and then he is I'm pretty sure a regular contributor to Newsmax, like a talking head on there, and they also publish the guy's books, so he's got a good thing going there.
They're taking care of him. He found a home with Newsmax.
You could write a great TV show about coming up in Republican circles, you're fighting your way to be a regular on fucking Gutfeld.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
You have to return to your home base of whatever right-wing crank paper pays you.
You're trying to break out of your best friend Candace Owens' circle.
Exactly. You leave Turning Point with Candace Owens and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Every up-and-coming conservative commentator had to crash on Candace's couch at some point. We've all been there.
Now, Candace Owens didn't sell that many records, but every person who bought that record went on to create their own Candace Owens.
Yeah, their own anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. All right, well, let's quickly run through this book. I didn't, like I said, I did skim it. I didn't really read it. I read
Ty
certain
Lopez
parts of
method.
it. Yeah, exactly. I read it like Ty Lopez in my Lamborghini.
Here in my garage.
Exactly. Let's start out with the author's note here, which I'm really only going to read the first sentence. As I write this book, I feel like I am doing so with only one hand.
What's he doing with the other hand?
Right, presumably beating off.
He's
I
Dick.
imagine.
He's starting out
Dick
the
Moore.
book with a beating off reference.
Dick Morris, but he's a porn star.
Though he does go on to explain that what he means is his writing partner and wife has passed away. Though I guess he was an old man and didn't realize he was making a masturbation
So
joke.
what's he doing with the other hand?
Again, presumably beating off.
Holding his wife's hand who was in heaven.
Right.
Yeah, that was when he,
right.
That's how he writes. Just makes her stand there.
It's
No wonder
like when
she died.
It's like when you'd have to hold hands with everyone to pray, and if there wasn't someone next to you, you just had to stick a hand out in the air.
So this book is really, it's published in 2022, so it's about, the election was stolen. He's just complaining about the stolen election the whole time.
Yeah,
I
Russia,
forgot about the
Russia
dirty
gave, but
Dems.
the other
Yeah.
way.
And
But-
stolen election.
But he believes in democracy. He starts it out, all is not lost. Thank God we live in a democracy with regular elections. It's our last chance. He talks about how, everybody's talking about how this is the most important election of our lifetime. And he's like, actually, it's true. We have to do this, conservatives.
It's awesome. There's nothing new in the world.
Yeah. He says, did Donald Trump win or lose the election of 2020? And basically goes on to explain, like, number one, it was stolen from him. There was obviously dead people voting because there was mail-in ballots, so there was dead people voting. But also, the Democrats got more votes than us, so they did win the election. But they did still steal it from him. He keeps going back and forth on this, and really, I have a decent amount of notes, like, per paragraph or chapter here, but, like, I'll tell you guys, basically all he does is lament the Voting Rights Act, a little bit of the Civil Rights Act, and he just is like, we need to make it harder to vote.
like Joey said, there's nothing new in the world. It's the same things Republicans have been mad about
Forever.
for decades.
Same
Yeah.
wars they've always wanted to fight.
Exactly.
Same everything.
Exactly. At part 3 of this book is called The Message. Democrats have made America unrecognizable. Chapter 8, the 3 big issues. You know what his issues are?
Let's hear them.
Inflation, immigration, and crime. I mean, and the thing is, I guess he was right. Like, they owned.
How many people? I'm like, did everyone buy this book and read it?
I guess so, man.
It's
That's why Newsmax is doing so well.
well, like it was the perfect scam. The first Trump administration ending with this thing that prevented him from doing anything too bad.
Yeah,
so people
right.
got to act like he was distinct or in some way different from the other Republicans, including him. And it's like, no, dude, fucking John McCain's president now. Enjoy.
Yeah. John McCain with more damage to his brain.
Yes.
and more, so, like somehow acting as if he got tortured more.
It's
He had like Trump is acting with the rage of a man who got bamboo under his fingernails.
anytime he speaks about it in public, he's like, I've been tricked. I've been had. It's like crazy.
I'm gonna get my show back.
But I told you guys that he was like a shadow advisor to Trump in the 2016 and 2020 election. And there's a passage here where he talks about it that I'd like to read from, where he talks about like how he met Trump and like their early relationship basically. So this is from chapter 5, titled "Donald and Me." It just made me think
Really
of
burying the lead.
It's-
What are the first 4 chapters?
It's just complaining about voter ID.
Oh, yeah.
And fucking how easy
People-
it is to vote.
People
mail-in
need to
ballots.
vote less.
Yes, exactly. That's what the first 4 chapters are. Then he gets to
The
Donald and
basis
me.
for any democracy.
It's
Which
paired
is
with a
like-
crayon drawing of himself and Donald Trump.
Yeah. Oh my God, honey! Oh my God, his stomach flipped over. We gotta get him to the vet now. That's what I thought of when I read Donald and me.
Donald and me.
Of course, I can hardly be an impartial observer where Donald Trump is concerned. I have known him all my life. My father, Eugene J. Morris, was the top real estate attorney for first Fred Trump and then Donald himself. In his New York City real estate career, a trio of Trump, my father, and political fixer Roy Cohn worked together closely. Trump would handle the financing, Cohn would do the politics, and Dad would be the lawyer. Roy and my father were first cousins, and Roy's first job out of law school was at my dad's law firm, DeMav and Morris. This guy is Roy Cohn's second cousin.
That's fucking insane.
Oh, this guy is in there. He's part of the
He's in
Pussy
there,
Posse.
dude.
I didn't realize.
He's fucking linked in there, dude. My father was Trump's lawyer on the development of Trump Tower, the flagship Trump property in Midtown Manhattan.
But you know what? I feel like this guy's still wanking a little bit because this.
For sure. Well, he did say he was writing with one hand.
The guy's dad did not make it into that Roy Cohn movie at all. Not even a mention.
That's so fucking true, man.
And honestly, think about what he just said. He was the lawyer for the development of the Trump Tower.
How many
property.
fucking lawyers worked on the development of Trump
Yeah.
Tower?
And what was your job but not paying contractors? Like
He
driving.
was one of the anonymous team of high-powered lawyers from The Simpsons.
Yes.
The president was always generous in praise of my father, once telling Eileen and me over dinner at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida, Gene Morris was the best real estate lawyer I ever had. He handled Trump Tower for me, the only time I ever really needed a real estate lawyer. Okay.
And it's like,
okay.
he's lived a life of needing real estate lawyers. I don't understand.
He famously had a real estate spat legally with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm sure there was lawyers involved in that. I wonder if Gene Morris was involved.
It was all handled personally between the two of them, just nasty phone calls to each other.
They were doing spy versus spy stuff.
For his part, Roy Cohn, blah, 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 Trump's mentor. Roy was known for blah, 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 executing the Rosenbergs. When the couple were both executed, the left raised hell. But subsequent disclosures from secret KGB files have proven that Julius was indeed a spy and Ethel his enabler. So, it was good that they were supposed to be executed.
Didn't Trump pardon the guy who gave Israel the nuke?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I love consistency.
He says, Roy Cohn and my father were very close. My paternal grandfather, a ne'er-do-well, abandoned his family when Gene was only 3 years old. And they moved in, they lived with Roy Cohn. My close family ties with President Trump always made me a part of his extended family. We were, in Yiddish words, mispokcha. I don't know.
I thought you were fluent in Yiddish, Danny. How did you?
I don't know why you thought that.
Tripping over that one.
I'm not.
They
You
do
were
have
from
the
the old
same
country.
Like this is why Trump gets along with any of these guys. They all want to go to the hippest New York restaurant where you eat orange foam out of a guy's mold of a guy's mouth.
No, this was back in the day, so you're eating like Trump's favorite foods, like lukewarm meat and wet salad off of like
Peter Luger's.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting the bad table at Peter Luger's, and that's the basis of all conservative politics.
It's such a jumping, swinging way of life that
Yeah.
I'm like, where do you even go to eat now in New York if you wanted to live like that?
The Hard Rock Cafe.
They were ashamed of his
Margaritaville.
patronage, so they had to put him next to one of Mark Tremonti's guitars in the back.
Our political relationship flourished during the 2020 campaign. I had not been active in his first campaign. Sorry, I got that wrong. I had not been active in his first campaign because I suffered from tongue cancer
Oh.
and required 2 surgeries at Yale New Haven Hospital.
A lawyer suffering from tongue cancer is
It's
biblical.
really-
I was going to say.
Really good. During his presidency, I became increasingly enthusiastic as I watched, from my hospital bed, Trump's governing style and achievements. So this is just a crotchety old man getting cancer treatment, and he says he's in Texas, getting this, just sunning out, getting chemo, just fucking falling in love with Trump on Fox News.
I mean, it's all. I mean, the picture he's painting makes sense.
Yeah.
It's hateful and dying, and seeing a little bit of yourself in that man on the TV.
A professional liar who's had his tongue cut out.
Does Dick Morris still have his tongue or no?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question. Maybe that's
Yeah,
why
can he
he's
talk?
writing. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, he doesn't. I mean,
He's a Republican mentat.
this is the only. He doesn't mention his tongue cancer again, if you guys are surprised by that. It's mostly being mad that it's, too easy to vote. But
Googling Dick Morris.
Dick Morris
tongue.
health is the first thing that came
let's
up.
hear it. Let's hear it.
I don't know.
He does have Twitter. He tweets all the time, too. I saw earlier.
Let's see. The first thing that comes up is a Facebook post from one Kevin Byrne that says, Dick Morris is unexpectedly out due to a personal injury. I expect to be on the air shortly with Curtis Lewa. 77 WABC.
Oh, nice. So this is the beginning of his relationship with Trump and his advising him on the 2020 campaign. In April 2020, when I went on board with the Trump campaign, I told the president that I listened to your State of the Union speech in 2020 and found a remarkable similarity to the speeches I helped draft for Bill Clinton. That included the famous line, "The era of big government is over. The big difference," I told President Trump, "was that where Clinton could only talk about his hopes and plans to limit illegal immigration by building a border wall, raise wages by middle class, tax cuts, and fight crime with mandatory sentencing, quote, you spoke of all these things in the past tense because you had actually succeeded in doing them."
The hell?
It's just like, yeah.
Bill Clinton wasn't an effective enough Republican for
him. Yeah. And he also mentions that he was hired as a Republican in Clinton's administration as like a team of rivals.
Team of rivals thing.
Yeah.
That was his
I googled Dick Morris, and this article came up from 2024 that says Newsmax interview gets weird as some guy in his underwear wanders in. And Dick Morris is being interviewed by host Rob Schmidt, and then some naked man came wandering out.
Oh my god!
And they didn't acknowledge.
That's awesome.
Is it Dick Morris's house?
I guess, unless it's
Holy
this guy's
shit,
house.
Dude. Holy shit!
I don't know what's up with
What
that.
is happening?
Used to be your Republicans weren't having weird old guy gay sex in the background.
Oh, and he is kind of making a face like he got caught too.
He's got tig old bitties too. No, dude, that's at his house.
That's his house.
That's his house. That's him.
I'm like, who is? Oh yeah, no, that's him. Yeah, I'm like,
going on?
I'm like, who's the other guy?
What is going on there, Dick?
We're getting Fred Pelosi, whatever that guy's name was.
Paul.
Sure.
Yeah.
Paul Pelosi's a great name for like a gangster.
Ooh, it is. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't he a gangster?
Tommy gun
in a sense.
He was always wearing like
His family
fedoras and like long coats. He does dress
Exactly.
like a classical. The Italian American, interest group is going to come after me. That's offensive.
He should be like a B-tier character in The Sopranos who Tony ruins his life on accident.
That's what
and
he
forgets
looks and
about.
sounds like. Yeah, Tony accidentally sends Vito to beat him with a hammer.
And never thinks about him again.
They name drop him in season 5, and Tony's like, "Don't you ever bring that fucking name up to me."
Yeah, in the end when he's all the weird dream sequence episodes, he keeps seeing him.
Yeah, it's a centaur of Paul Pelosi.
He says, after that initial conversation with the president, where he told him he sounds like Bill Clinton, which I'm sure he loved for non-Epstein related reasons, I began to phone him regularly at the beginning of every week, and by the summer, pretty much every day, we had 97 phone conversations at all. We never met in person during the campaign. It was all by telephone. My bout with cancer and my age, 73, left me vulnerable to COVID, so I stayed tucked in my home in Redding, Connecticut, which I almost said Reddit there. In Redding, Connecticut. We did not see one another in person until June 2021, when he graciously invited me to join him at his, as he golfed at his Briarcliff Manor in Westchester County, New York. See the cover photo. This is the instance. We're now reading about when this picture was taken.
I'm really feeling like this guy doesn't know Trump nearly as well as he says he does.
Absolutely.
No, he's his best friend. They text all the time. They're always calling and talking to each other.
He's like a guy you play a video game with online.
Trump's got a separate channel in his Discord that's
Discord.
Private. Yeah,
yes,
that guy can't see.
He's the one guy you only know from online in your real life friends chat, and you have to be like, he's cool, guys. He's cool. And he's not.
And almost
that
makes me feel bad.
It's
Like,
100% true though. He's not cool because you'll notice he says join him as he golfed. He doesn't golf with Trump. He can't. He doesn't golf. He says golfing with Trump is really an exercise in track and field. He races through the course like a running pursuing Olympic gold, gunning his golf cart from green to green. He owns the course, so I guess for him there's no speed limit. I don't golf, but it was exhausting enough watching him.
what? I would say he's revealed that Trump uses a cart, and he would have just been sitting in the cart, watching Trump get up and sit back down to drive to the next hole.
He's actually a damn good golfer. The pro who accompanied us said he had worked with 6 former presidents and that Trump was the best. His drives were robust, fast, and usually straight down the fairway. His putting was patient and well aimed.
That guy knows where his bread is buttered.
Yeah,
They said my drives were robust, my putt's patient.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I feel like he's trying a little too hard. Trump is not going to read this book, brother.
Trump should. I mean,
Trump's never read a book. What a thing to say.
He's already exercised an insane amount of, like, I'm the president, you have to, like, do this or do that power. He should put himself into the PGA Tour. There's no reason Trump shouldn't be competing in professional golf events alongside
Yeah, he's at the Masters.
other golfers.
Oh
He's
my
inflating
God.
his score. He should have gotten the green
He's
jacket.
clearly on camera picking up the ball and moving it. Kicking it.
Trump addressing the nation in his green jacket.
The Masters is crazy because it's like the real old money sporting event. They
Yeah.
don't have like ads.
Yeah. He goes on to talk about his relationship with John McLaughlin, who is a right-wing pollster. We've probably seen this guy's polls.
It's like
What's a
conservative Nate
pollster, like a
Silver.
stripper?
Yes, that's exactly what a pollster is.
More conservative Nate Silver.
Yes. So basically, he on his phone calls with Trump, he would just like. He says he was a natural fit with John McLaughlin to use their polls to shape the political messaging of Trump's campaign. He says that they would work closely also with Stephen Miller, Trump's best speechwriter. To write the most famous
Stephen
speeches.
Miller was his main speechwriter.
Apparently. It was because I remember it. The speech in Tulsa that was very inflammatory. It came out that Miller had written that, and there's actually a section where he describes having a dream and giving Stephen Miller all the ideas for the speech in Tulsa. He says,
It's the real basis for the Maha movement.
yes.
Pistol Republicans.
Yeah, dude,
It's like you think Stephen Miller is stealing his ideas?
No. He's the shadow advisor to the campaign. So
So he's
it's a
granting the
secret.
ideas.
Yeah. He's like hold on. Let me find the passage.
A Stephen Miller written speech heavily influenced by the ideas of this guy's dreams.
Yes.
No, you don't understand. He met with Stephen Miller in his dream because that was the only safe place for them to meet and confer about what the speech needed to say.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, he didn't call Miller. He called Jared. He called Jared Kushner. Okay, so he says that he had a call with Jared Kushner, where Kushner is basically he's talking about how much trouble they're having like with their messaging, even though it's so easy to hit at Biden. And he's like frustrated because they need to get this speech written for Tulsa. And he says, Dick Morris writes, "In a nap right after Jared's call, I dreamed the answer. I woke with a start and frantically tried to put my dream ideas down in a text to Jared, afraid that I might forget them. That text was the forerunner of our eventual strategy. I looked at the spectacle of the radical left and at the world they would create in America if we gave them the chance. As I thought about it, it seemed like a society right out of Ayn Rand's dystopian narrative Atlas Shrugged, a book I had just recently finally gotten around to reading at the suggestion of Mark Levin."
That's awesome.
Which honestly, it's some universal kismet with this book, which I got at the thrift store, because if you've ever been to a Goodwill or any thrift store's book section, you're seeing at least 1-2 Mark Levin books, just 100% guaranteed.
I was like putting some shit on my loft in my garage and I saw a Mark Levin book. They're
Exactly,
everywhere.
dude. Yeah, he's prolific. As fast as my thumbs could move, I banged out a text to Jared. I type rapidly, but in texting, I am a clumsy all-thumbs guy. He includes parenthetically.
There's a lot of weird sexual
He's-
innuendos
This
here.
guy, what
Banged
you
out, all
find-
thumbs, one hand.
What you find is this guy is a horrible writer.
He's like he's the Nepo baby by being Roy Cohn's
Yeah.
second cousin.
I've got it, the screed began. Biden is so weak, so senile. The crazies on the left will take over. No police, no cars, no free speech. Yada, yada, yada. You guys know where the fuck it goes. It's all the same regular... This is a 73-year-old man just ranting to Jared Kushner about...
Texting Jared Kushner and Stephen
Yeah.
Miller while they're like,
Yeah.
sacrificing a child. And they're like, yeah, man, we know.
Thanks, brother.
They're gonna get rid of the cars. Yep.
Yep, same shit for 50 years.
We gotta stop them.
Yep. So There's also a passage somewhere in here where he discusses yelling at Trump to wear a mask, and says that the first time, this was a media spectacle, the first time that Trump put on a mask in public. There's a passage in here where he describes screaming at Trump over the phone, like, "Do you want to win the fucking election or not? Wear the fucking mask." And Trump's like, okay.
I
And
like
I'm
how this is a regular old guy, so
Yeah.
he's very afraid of COVID.
yeah,
He's a zero COVID Republican.
Yeah.
There's one of every kind of person in this country, at least.
And it's like,
Exactly.
then Trump agrees to wear the mask, and it's like, what? This old guy yelled at Trump and got him to wear a mask. Like, what? This is fucking. What is going on?
It doesn't make sense.
He's like, yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm still caught up on no free speech, no police, because it's like, well, if there's no more free speech, who's going to enforce that?
If there are no police, and there's truly free
That's
speech.
so true. He describes when they would call Trump. He says, typically, Eileen and I would contact the president by phoning the White House switchboard. The phone number, 202-456-1414, had been emblazoned on my memory from my days of close contact with President Bill Clinton from 1994 through 1996.
God, the way I want to.
That is the White House switchboard. I looked it up. You can just call the White House.
I'm like, that's such a bad idea, but I'm just like, part of me really wants to. But I'm like, I don't have anything to say to
This
them.
guy's just
Or
so
you can
old. He's
ask, can I
calling.
talk to the president?
Yeah, he's the White House still has a telephone operator.
Yeah. He says, President Trump put us on a list of people who could be put through to him directly. Most of the time, he wasn't available, and we call back. Curiously, when he returned our call, usually fairly quickly, our iPhone would indicate that the call was coming from Egypt and that it was a spam risk. When we answered, one of the White House operators came on the line, we got to know them, and sometimes even chatted briefly. This really feels like real raw news to me.
That makes me feel like every time I get a Egyptian spam risk call now,
Maybe
I should
it's
be
the White
picking up
House.
because it could be the president.
Matt, we need you.
Matt, we have a very secret mission.
we need you back.
They've made Matt the Secretary of War.
I'd be a much better secretary.
You would,
of
bro.
war.
Honestly, you would. I would be. You would have put me down as a reference. I got you.
Yeah, I would be a great secretary of war. You know, this makes me think, and once again, not going to do it because I know it's a bad idea. You could call the White House switchboard and be like, "Hello, this is Dick Morris calling for the president.
Yeah.
Eileen sends her regards, her warm wishes."
Challenge to the listeners. Somebody do that and then reach out to us and tell us how it
Call
goes.
us from Guantanamo Bay. You can
Yeah.
join us.
We'll be your prison call from Guantanamo Bay. Let us know how it goes. You can be on the podcast.
Use your one phone call. I think there's only like 6 guys in Guantanamo now, which has to be insane to be one of those 6 guys.
Well, yeah.
They gotta just give you free run of the island at that point if there's only 6 of
What the fuck
you.
are they even? What could you?
I don't know. They
We're
transferred.
wasting money.
They either had to send most of them home or put them in ADX, but there's 6 that they can't do either with for some fucking reason.
Are they like they're like stateless or something, right?
They're just like I guess, but that's never mattered before because it's just like we'll either send them back to like an Iraqi prison or like we always seem to find somewhere to send them. They're just like quote unquote high value detainees, but I don't know why they're any more high value than any of the other ones.
I don't know. Why can't we just put them? I don't look. We're wasting money over there. All right, for 6 guys, we got the whole fucking island. Come on.
I think it's like Abu Zubaydah, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. I don't know the other 4.
Look, just put them. Just fucking put them somewhere else.
Right? It's we're keeping
I'm a
a whole
taxpayer.
island open for 6 people. Turkey kept a whole island open for Abdullah Öcalan. They still do, actually. But I think there's more PKK prisoners there too. But he was the only person there for like 20 years.
I just want to let's just wrap this up real quick. The rest of the book is just more cranky old guy stuff. He's mad about the PRO Act. He's mad about capital gains tax. Just fucking snooze fest bullshit.
That's because I know it starts from the top down. So there's people mad about the capital gains tax on behalf of the people who it actually matters for. But that's so annoying that they convinced the common man to care about the capital gains tax because it's like. Where are your capital gains, common man? Where are your
I know.
earnings?
Great
I know.
Simpsons quote. One day I'm going to be rich, then people like me are going to be sorry.
He says that the scary things that the left wants to do. He's got a chapter called Decriminalize Crime, which I think is pretty awesome.
Pretty good.
Dumbing down education, of course, it's just public school bad. And he finishes up his public school chapter, and actually the last chapter of the book, with this sentence: with 700,000 abortions in the United States last year, but only 135,000 adoptions, let's change the odds and diffuse this red-hot issue in our politics.
I'm like,
all right, buddy.
everyone in America is like poor and evil and like really stupid at this point. I think the abortions are a better idea than the adoptions.
It's so funny because it's like, all of Republican planning for the last 20 years has been gutting the welfare state and then not inflating any wages, everyone paying more money. People can't have kids if they want to have
Right.
kids.
Nope.
That's what makes the nativist part
like-
so funny.
Why would
We live in your world, asshole.
Yeah. Why would suddenly if we reversed, now there's 700,000 babies up for adoption.
Yeah, right?
And there was only 135,000 last year. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
How many households are there that want to adopt babies?
We would
Who
have
who qualify?
an
Yeah,
army of babies.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But,
700,000 stateless babies.
his conclusion is more stupid bullshit. He likes this. He's like, are the gains of generations of American families to be burned alive on the coals of woke envy? Are our children to be taught to hate and envy one another? Is the emerging post-racial era in our society to be forfeit in the new cancel culture? Are we to be yoked to a technocracy where our innermost thoughts can be read by Chinese and American big tech masters?
We already are.
Are we to be drowned in a sea of illegal immigration? Will crime again rule our streets at night? This guy is so old.
It's so funny to be so old that there was a time crime ruled the streets at night. Because I know it was bad
Yeah,
for
he's
a little
like-
while.
He's like, oh, I can hear their snapping coming in this direction.
Yeah, I can hear
Oh,
the
they're starting
rattle
to sing.
the rattle of the chains, the blades flicking open.
It's so funny that just 4 years ago, big tech had a patina in something approaching liberal still. We
Right,
we
and
live in
now
the world
it's-
where the Ellisons just bought CBS to
Yep.
make Barry Weiss
Yep.
the newscaster. We live in the world where J.D. Vance is the vice president because
we
of
do.
Peter Thiel.
Yep.
Like, those
And
ghouls have
everything-
never been more Republican outwardly, publicly.
And there's just like right wing AI slop.
Yeah,
everywhere you turn.
Who's the left-wing tech billionaire now? Mark Zuckerberg, because he's Dominican?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he rebranded as Dominican. I was like, he is?
Well, actually, I think he's been weaning off of the Dominican look because the Dominican thing was actually, interestingly, in a bid to more align himself with Trump. Be swagged out. He's
Yeah,
wearing
UFC.
those-
He's a big UFC
Right,
guy.
Exactly. But now he's kind of leaning a little bit back into the nerdier stuff because people aren't liking Trump again.
Did you hear the AI thing with him? It's very funny.
No.
Meta AI is, of course, it's similar to like Twitter AI in that it's completely fake and far
Right.
behind all the
Right.
bigger companies who've spent more money.
It's
So
just
he's
somebody
like,
else's.
He's like, I've left my office and I've moved my desk to the AI center. Now I'm working directly
Oh my
with those
fucking
engineers.
God, dude.
Just the idea of being one of those engineers who's making a shitload of money, but now has to directly report to Mark Zuckerberg, a guy who
Not just
cannot
your
code
boss,
like
dude.
they can.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, it'd be like if a new hire came into your room and could fire you whenever they felt like.
And he's
He had to
like,
try and grant his wishes.
Yeah.
he's not just
exactly.
your boss. He's like one of the rulers of the world. It's like that sucks. It's
That
probably like
sucks so bad.
probably like an open plan office. Like
Definitely. He's walking around, he's looking over your shoulder, he's
Yeah.
critiquing you, he doesn't even understand what
Yeah.
he's critiquing.
yeah.
It's like, go back to being Dominican, buddy.
It's like you've only answered 3 emails in the past minute. What are you doing?
Last thing, I just want to read a couple of his acknowledgments. He says that in his acknowledgments, there are 2 kinds of commentators in America: those who read the Washington Times and those who don't. Those who do access reality.
The Washington isn't that the Mooney
Washington.
one?
Yep.
Yes, it is. And he also says
All praise
special,
be to Korean Jesus, man. That's awesome.
special thanks to my bosses and colleagues at Newsmax: Chris Ruddy, Elliot Jacobson, Christopher Wallace, not that one, the NM guy. I don't know what that means.
Newsmax. Or New Mexico.
Or New Mexico. Rob Schmidt, Sean Spicer, Grant Stinchfield, Greg Kelly. No shit, I forgot about him.
Hell yeah, dude. Believers never die.
Yeah, we got to check back in with him. Heather Childers, Dave Wasser, Gary Kanofsky, and John Bachman. And thank you, too, to my friend who has helped me through such difficult recent times, Doug D. Piero.
Doug D. He ends on saying DP. This guy, even if he's not intentionally doing it, he's got gutter brain. Republican
Fact.
gutter brain.
That was really, if you really look into that book, if you really read between the lines, you realize it's about gooning.
Did you see the pictures of Lindsey Graham like at Disney World by himself?
No, but I've just imagined him in some incredibly gay poses at Disney World.
Yeah, he was there, and he was like, I just love Fantasyland.
It's awesome that TMZ has its finger so much on the pulse of our culture that they're like, we can just start torturing Republicans.
Yeah.
Politicians generally.
They
like
just
celebrities,
announced,
and people are gonna love it.
Yeah, they just announced like a DC branch of TMZ.
Yes, they're getting like press credentials.
I'm excited.
It's
We're
awesome.
going to be reporting that on our show. That's
It's
for
awesome.
sure.
We should become TMZ correspondent.
But
It's all right, Harvey. It's a great way to get your name off of people talking about the Epstein list.
He was on there?
Oh, yeah.
That makes
yeah.
sense. I guess he's a lawyer. But I always forget he was like a lawyer before he was like a TV
yeah, he's
gossip.
like 110.
He's
He is
super
so old. He is a
yeah.
vampire. It's awesome.
But yeah, that was The Return by Dick Morris, again published in 2022. Turns out he was completely right. Everything he said in the book turns out, Trump is the president. He won the popular vote. And there's actually a section on his Wikipedia I forgot to mention that talks about how he, in a stretch of time in the 90s, he kept predicting elections and getting them wrong over and over and over again until his sort of stature in the media was that he would always get elections wrong.
He's
and
like
now,
the groundhog for Punxsutawney Phil.
Exactly,
He's like
dude.
Jim Cramer, the stock guy who always picks the wrong stock.
And vindicated, and I'm happy we were able to vindicate him on Trump's big comeback. And you guys should check the book out too. He's a wonderful writer. His prose sing.
The Return of
You
the
can find
Fellowship
this book at any
of the
Goodwill.
Probably.
Look for the books holding up like shaky tables and stuff like that.
In between the Mark Levin and the Ann Coulter.
Yep.
When your grandfather dies, you will inherit this book.
You will inherit this trip to Goodwill.
To drop it off.
Yeah,
Because you don't
yeah.
want it.
In a sense, that's beautiful. It's recycling.
Yeah.
But maybe
Nature is
skim
healing.
it like Danny did.
Should I put it back in Goodwill with all my notes in it?
That would be.
Yeah, why not?
That's an interesting.
Yeah. Or maybe I'll put it in one of those little public free libraries so a little kid can have it.
we could auction it off to a fan.
Yeah.
Whoever.
No, I don't
bids
want
the
them.
most money.
No, they
Yeah,
can't
Danny's
be
gonna mail it
analyzing
from his
my
home address. If you'd like to wear Danny's skin,
They can't be analyzing my handwriting.
Yeah, that makes
I
sense.
can't allow that.
If there's one thing I know our listeners are adept in, it's handwriting analysis. I know they're out there. They're like, we could tell you a lot about your personality by your handwriting. What does it say about you?
And you won't be getting it.
every single person who watch or listens to this podcast is Dexter from Dexter. Thank you for listening to Boomer Death Squad. You can follow us on Twitter at Boomer Death Pod. We'll have a Discord linked in the bio. I've been Joe.
I've been Danny.
I've been Matt.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Toodles.
I can go anywhere. Friends to know and ways to grow. A reading rainbow. I can be anything. Take a look. It's in a book. A reading rainbow.